Well, we've seen some ridiculously warm temperatures during the course of yesterday. Temperatures of 89 degrees, the warmest day on record for the month of February for Tampa, Florida. We may still approach the 90-degree mark. In fact, it wasn't just the warmest day for February, but in fact the warmest temperature during the 3 winter months of December through February. So remarkably warm weather. That is not just across Florida and the southeast, but we're extending it all the way up through the mid-Appalachian region and up into the northeast as well, where temperatures are into the 70s as far north as Boston. We've seen 80s as far north as West Virginia yesterday, so a remarkably impressive warm spell as we push towards the end of February. And it was Joe Bastardi that has been drumming home the point about a very strong correlation between late February and March of 1962. The pattern at the moment, very indicative of that. We've seen tremendous warmth up the east coast during the latter half of February. And then as we started to go into the month of March, we started to see the trough in the west pull eastwards, but also see the deep trough that's over the North Atlantic at the moment. That starts to retrograde westwards back into the eastern half of the United States as we go into the month of March. So this is off the CFSV2, and he's right in what he's saying. It's identical to 1962 really when you look at it. But you notice the difference here. As we go from the first week into the second week, now we've got the blocking area of high pressure over the North Atlantic and Greenland. Watch the trough. Week 2 into week 3, it now starts to push into the eastern half of the country, and we've got the blocking area of high pressure over Hudson Bay and eastern Canada here, which would reflect a much colder pattern as we go forward. Now, interestingly enough, the CFSV2 starts to build heights over the eastern half of the United States week 4, and then week 5 you can see here that it's starting to show more of a southeastern ridge. Let's look at the 2-meter temperature anomalies here. Really interesting stuff. Like, I mean, it is a wild end game to winter. There's no question about that. We've seen very cold temperatures across the western half of the United States, very warm in the east, and we could flip things around quite dramatically here. So first 7 days off the scale warm, cold if you notice here for the west. Then as we go into week 2, still warm, but then you start to see the turnaround taking place to much colder. And then, like I say, the CFSV2 brings back the ridge once again, but we'll wait and see what happens here. I think sometimes the model can be a little bit too quick in bringing back a warmer pattern once you've got such an established cold pattern. It can be hard to break that. So that remains to be seen. Lots on the table. Keep it right here on YouTube and on markvoganweather.com for more information. Bye for now.